Welcome to Weekend Update, everyone. I'm Charlie Dick.
I'm Nicola DePetro. Sadly, the Queen died this week at the age of 96. This gives the title of the world's oldest person to Dr. David Enloe.
The FBI has recently raided former President Trump's vacation resort in Mar-a-Lago last month and found over 150 sensitive documents related to national security. Officials say that the former president ran out of the White House and shredded documents faster than I run out of school and shred my calculus tests.
Among these documents were secrets known to very few people, like how the school's grading system works and if South Campus actually exists.
Recently this week, recent setbacks in Ukraine has sent Putin and his staff into a spiral. They have been scrambling to pick up the pieces and come up with a solution, but most likely have not held as many morning meetings as the upper school does in 1 week. I bet Putin addressing all these generals right now is how Fern also addresses an A2H class that has just failed a test. Guys, I'm just very disappointed in you all.
The World Health Organization's Director General said yesterday that the end is in sight when referring to the pandemic. And I got a lot of jokes for this one. This is also what I told myself 5 minutes into every AP Bio test last year.
This is what every senior tells themselves before each college counseling meeting.
This is what every athlete thinks to themselves when their coach says 30-second plank.
And this is what King Charles III told himself when the Queen began coughing. California this last week has seen record amounts of heat, with Oakland itself having 4 days where the heat has been over 100 degrees. The administration, however, has got even more heat for implementing the new schedule.
As President Biden visits the family of WNBA star Brittany Griner, he continues to negotiate with Russia for her release. I can only imagine these negotiations are about what it's like to change a class with Dr. Bregman.
Also, Indiana became the first state to officially ban abortions after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. Here's a graph of how this decision is projected to impact the amount of students applying to schools in Indiana.
Very big impact, as we can see. In personal texts, Football Hall of Famer Brett Favre admitted his involvement in a scheme to use money taken from a welfare program meant for poor Mississippi families to fund a volleyball stadium at the University of Southern Mississippi. On the contrary, the school has been diverting athletics funds to fund South Campus endeavors.
Kanye West says that Queen Elizabeth II's death has inspired him to squash some of his beefs. Wow, truly inspirational. Let's see how Head-Royce students have taken this. At Head-Royce students have taken the Queen's death to squash their beefs down the urinals.
New York City is one of the only U.S. cities to have a right to shelter law. A 1979 court settlement mandated that the city give every homeless person a bed in a habitable facility. Finally, a rule even less followed than the mandatory leaving campus sign-out sheet for juniors and seniors.
Thousands of mourners in London waited in a line that stretched 4.5 miles for over 9 hours to get a chance to pay their respects to the Queen. Of course, these are rookie numbers compared to what the school's tremendous lunch line has been looking like.
Hurricane Fiona made landfall in Puerto Rico this week and brought 27 inches of rain to the U.S. territory. Yet it does not even begin to compete with the amount of tears or rainfall that are shed after Head-Royce students receive their first beat.
A rapid shift in temperatures in California have seen scorching heat turn into massive rains this last weekend. This bears a shocking resemblance to how fast Head-Royce changes their decision in disciplinary actions.
Beyond Meat COO Doug Ramsey was arrested for allegedly biting a man's nose in a parking garage following a football game in Arkansas, confirming that not everyone is cut out to be vegetarian.
A 7.4 magnitude earthquake rattled Mexico City on Monday. This was actually the exact same date as 2 other deadly earthquakes that hit Mexico, one in 1985 and one in 2017. This rare coincidence is about as unlikely as Head-Royce finishing the South Campus by our senior year.
Ready for this one, Chuck?
Yep.
The Head-Royce men's soccer game was canceled last Friday, just like... Thank you very much. That was Expo's update. See you next time.